actually received in the mail my official mail-in voter's ballot. So this is really important to me. I've never voted in my life before. Actually, never really cared about voting. And I always just kind of felt like, it's stupid. Like, what's the point? Who needs to vote? Everyone's a bunch of idiots anyways. It doesn't really matter. But that's not really true. I think in the years we've seen, there's definitely been some cool changes that were made. But one thing why it's so important to vote this year, especially if you live in the state of New Jersey, is that they're voting, and you got to get your ballot in by the 2nd of November. They're voting on legalization of marijuana or cannabis for recreational use. And I know that you'd be like, oh, well, that's the only reason why you voted. But that's not the truth. Actually, the reason why I think it's so important is because in New Jersey, it was just recently decriminalized, and there's still a fee or fine if you're caught with it, if you're not a medical marijuana patient. But at this point, it's really ridiculous that it's not legalized here. With everything going on in the world with COVID, a lot of people in New Jersey, they lost their jobs. Our economy is really shitty. So the other great thing and why I think the legalization of cannabis is so important to the state is that not only is it gonna it's gonna open up a lot of medicine for people that can't get it because New Jersey is very strict, but in their laws for a medical marijuana program. But it's gonna boost our economy huge. I mean, we're talking new dispensaries being opened up. For recreational people who have medical marijuana cards, as it is, like myself, you're not going to have to drive several hours away or an hour away. When I make a trip to the dispensary, I go for the maximum allowance I can get at the time, and it's about 2 hours drive round trip. And you're paying for tolls. Just wear and tear on your vehicle. It is what it is. It's okay. I don't mind it. I enjoyed the drive, but it really would be nice to be able to utilize something maybe 10, 15 minutes down the road versus, 45 minutes to an hour and then, back. So, that to me is going to be awesome. But really just the fact that it's going to bump our economy. We everybody here in every state took it really hard, but especially in New Jersey, we were really, in my area, pretty, hit hard with it. So to be able to kind of boost back and get people's jobs back. I mean, I know I was out of work, for a very long time, in and out of it. Hours were sketchy. I actually had COVID myself. So that put me out of work. Luckily with, unemployment and stuff like that, they helped out big time, but, not everybody's in the same boat. I mean, there are some people that are left without jobs. There are some people that their businesses closed down. There's stores that I drive by, or if I'm walking around the neighborhood, there's things that they're just closed and they're never probably going to open again. And mom and pop stores, I don't know how they were able to do that and survive. But even they're struggling. So everyone's hurting. So I think this is going to bring back, a lot of, into the economy. It's going to open up new stores. They banned vaping. So vaping was, that was shut down. That was taken away. That was a big part of our economy when they banned that. I know several shops, just from being an ex-vaper myself, they closed. They were forced to close. They couldn't survive as a smoke shop, just selling bongs and bowls, hoping that New Jersey would change its mind. Nobody seems to really care about vaping, so everyone kind of hates it. That's a whole nother story. But anyways, those stores went belly up. That was tons and tons and tons of jobs. If each store had, 5 to 15 to 20 employees, they're all fired. Then, on top of the people that lost their jobs on top of that, because the vape ban kind of came in when COVID first kind of came around, back in it was around, but it really went in effect, I think, in the middle of, I think it was April 20th or something like that. It went fully in effect, and that shut down a lot of shops pretty much right then and there. So jobs were lost, and this is going to bring that back. And again, I can't stress enough, if you're a medical marijuana patient, as it is, you're going to have access to dispensaries a lot closer. Plus, we'll be able to, use those dispensaries, and hopefully, like other states, we'll have a better price on it, or be able to, obviously, we'll be able to have the higher level THC stuff that they don't offer in certain recreational dispensaries for recreational use. So obviously, it's not going to be fully legal where you can just roll up to the police station and walk in and smoke a joint, but if you're home or, in a place where smoking is allowed, you're 21 and over, you can consume cannabis, and it's okay as long as it's from a recreational dispensary or store, however they're going to do it. But it's going to be awesome. And, if you got your ballot in the mail and you're able to vote, there's really no reason why you shouldn't get on it. It's going to be 2021. The world's pretty much screwed as it is. Hopefully things get better, but I mean, this is at least for New Jersey. This is awesome. This is good news. You definitely should jump on it. Cannabis is a medicine. I don't understand why it's even considered a drug. Probably because you can't, it's hard to tax it like you can alcohol, but yeah, I think if you're a registered voter, if you've got your stuff in the mail, go out there, put your vote in. It's really important. Don't be that person that's like, oh, it doesn't matter. My vote's not going to change anything. I think statistically, a lot of states that even legalized it, the vote was pretty much close. It was 53 voted for it, and the rest voted against it. So it wasn't like they won by a landslide. So every vote is going to count on this. If you can vote, do it. Just at this point, you can mail it in. You don't even have to leave your house due to COVID-19. You don't even need to leave your house anymore. So they made it really super easy that anybody can do it. I'm going to do it this year. I am 100% voting this year. It's going to happen. I have my stuff right next to me. I'm going to fill it out. After this video. And I'm going to get on it. I think it's stupid not to. And the other thing is, if you don't vote and it doesn't get legalized, it's your fault. So get out there and do it. Don't even get out there. Just literally open your freaking mailbox, fill out your form, and send it back. It's really that easy. But I'm telling you, man, it's going to be awesome. It's going to do great for our economy. There's not going to be a ton of stone people driving around. I know everyone thinks, oh, marijuana is terrible. Kids are going to get into it, blah, blah, blah. Look, they're going to do this properly. They're going to do it professionally. If you go to other states where it is legal, it's not like people are just slinging, weed off the streets. You have to go into a store. I know in Canada, you can go into a gas station, but here New Jersey's strict as it is. If New Jersey legalizes it, there's going to be so many rules in place that obviously black market sales are going to be there, but it's not going to be the retail stores that are going to be the issue at all. This is going to do wonders for our economy. It's going to bring life back to it. I know New Jersey people, there's tons and tons of people out of jobs. I can't stress that enough. This is going to make our economy booming from the recreational side of it. We're going to need stores. There's going to be dispensaries. Smoke shops are going to be booming again. Obviously they're going to have to cultivate it, all that stuff. That's all going to come to New Jersey. That is going to be huge. It's going to be $1 million, millions and millions and millions of dollar industry. If you don't think that that's going to do good for the state, you're out of your mind. Seriously, vote for weed 2021. Make it happen. Obviously there's a lot of other stuff on that ballot. You should go through it, read it all. Just don't open it up. Check I want the weed, write 420 on it, and send it in. Fucking read the thing. Vote for the president who you think is going to do the best job. Obviously do your research, but I'm telling you, if you want marijuana legalized as much as I do, vote because it matters. Thanks a lot, guys. Stay safe.